Today I'm at Salesforce's World Tour here at the Excel in London, and they've rebranded it AgentForce. Look, I might joke that we're talking about agents and agentic AI again, but I thought it was fascinating that Salesforce themselves referenced that 94% of organizations are yet to see any return on investment from AI. That 94% is actually higher than the number that we saw in Harvey Nash's digital leadership report last year. But it again throws into sharp focus why it's really important to be at events like this, recording episodes of the podcast and asking questions around talent, around economics, and around things like data sovereignty. And in fairness, we have heard some of those today. We've heard from the police talking about Bobby, an agent that allows the public to self-serve. They might call 999 previously because their neighbours are throwing a particularly loud party. Well, noise pollution is an irritant, but it's not necessarily something that the police should be having to deal with because there are other more serious crimes that we would probably like them to be looking at. For them, Bobby isn't about cost saving, it's about making sure that the police have more time to deal with the crime that we would really like them to be focusing on. And it's those stories that I think are really important to hear at an event like today and justify the continued hype around the developments in AI.
I think that the ability now with AI, not just to drive productivity for individuals, which is really what we're seeing today, but actually in the future to drive much better coordination across the whole organization. It's lowering the cost of coordination. And when you see things like Headless 360, right? And Joe Inzarello is talking about any agent, any surface, any interface, right? That's really like, imagine all of that, what you were trying to get done with Salesforce for the past 25 years, now being able to connect to all of your other systems in a much more seamless way. I think there's a huge opportunity to actually do, for the first time, relationship management.
Salesforce are talking about Headless 360. That's a layer that allows you to query all of the data that you've got in Salesforce using Claude and ChatGPT. And look, we know that AI is getting more expensive. We know that people are talking about tokenomics or token maxing. Well, we need to hear those case studies and those user cases that make this make sense to people.